Next, let's queer up the USA view. New study reveals the safest LGBTQ plus friendly cities in America. For LGBTQ plus individuals, travel planning goes beyond choosing a destination and lodging. Amidst the recent anti-transgender and anti-nonbinary legislation, safety while traveling matters a lot too. Here's the results of some of the friendly and popular LGBTQ plus friendly cities in the U.S. First on the list is Burlington, which is celebrated for its vibrant LGBTQ plus culture, including Zero Gravity Craft Brewery, which offers a welcoming space for the community. Asheville, North Carolina, which is home to landmarks like O. Henry's, the oldest gay bar in the state. Across the country, Seattle is known for its social tolerance, and Wildrose endures as one of the last 27 lesbian bars nationwide since founding in 1984. Meanwhile, Atlanta boasts My Sister's Room, a beloved lesbian bar established in 1996. Chicago stands as a sanctuary for the LGBTQ plus community despite being located in a conservative state. Renowned for its inclusivity, the Florida Keys proudly embraces diversity with their official motto, One Human Family. Meanwhile, Idyllwild, California hosts an annual Pride Festival and offers a venue tailored for queer weddings, fostering a sense of belonging and celebration. Embracing individuality, Portland, Oregon beckons with the slogan, Keep Portland Weird, boasting a curated queer-friendly guide on its travel site. Apart from the cities above, you can also visit Eureka Springs in Arkansas, NYC, Taos in New York and New Mexico, Nashville, Guerneville in California, Kansas City, and St. Petersburg in Florida. While not scientific, the list is interesting. Of course, we have to mention Wilton Manors, Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, Orlando, and Miami. So I see Key West on there. I have heard amazing things and how it's so affirming and welcoming of everyone. So that's definitely great to see it on the list.
I love to see bars that have been around for a long time and that have history that we know nothing about being spotlighted in smaller towns maybe or different areas of the world. I thought My Sister's Room was so chef's kiss because it said Mr. and then there was an S in the middle to break up the Mr.
Yes.
So love. I was like, oh, I see you. I'm going to that bar. But it's nice because you often think that, especially here in Wilton Manors, we're in our own little bubble a lot of the times, right? Which is why this show is great too. We learn about things that are happening outside of us, but it is nice to see other places showcasing maybe a little pride, a weekend pride. What do we feel about safety concerns in these smaller towns that are kind of distributed all over the place? Maybe the security wouldn't be as heightened as it would be here in Wilton Manors or in New York City, as opposed to wherever we just said, maybe in Oregon or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've been to a few of these places. I mean, Burlington, Vermont is such a welcoming city.
Yeah.
And such a safe city. I mean, I don't think you could think of a place that's more, friendly.
I think like snowboarding and skiing when I think of Burlington.
Yeah, and it's quirky. Yeah. It has like cafes and, it's small towny, but also, again, really affirming. I think the part of the story that about, safety is a concern, but I think safety is a concern here in South Florida.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you have to be aware of where you are at any time. And none of us are immune to that person who is out to hurt us, right? So I don't think we can't live our life that way. But I do think we should live our life where we go to these places that are not known for LGBTQ culture and show up because it puts us on the map and also support those places that are welcoming and affirming. So if you're traveling somewhere and you can take an off-beaten path and go somewhere for a weekend, I think it's a good idea. St. Petersburg, I went a couple of years ago during the pandemic and spent like the week with my son and my partner. And it was amazing. We had such a great time there. So.
Yeah, St. Pete's great. I've been to My Sister's Room several times in Atlanta. I lived there for a while. And hats off to them for keeping that bar open for so many years. They actually moved recently, and their new space is multi-level. It's very interesting to see how vibrant a lesbian space can be. You saw that there's only 27 left in the entire country, right? And so we're losing these spaces. And I was not aware that Seattle has one of the remaining bars. So the next time I'm in Seattle, I need to check that out. So I'm excited for that.
I mean, the next time that you go to the lesbian bar, since I've never gone to a lesbian bar, you have to take me.
Okay, come on.
But I do think it's a big thing to think about when you think about everything that's going on here in Florida.
Yes, ma'am.
And thinking about Key West and their motto being one human family.
Yes.
Yes.
That
Says it all right there.
That's extraordinary.
Yeah.
Yes,
Says
yes.
it all right
I think
there.
it's important too that we're on that list, right? Because we want to, even though we had all these legislations for our community, I think it's important to reaffirm that we still have places that are inclusive.
Absolutely.
And still come because we're still going to stand with you. You're still going to be protected and welcome. So that's
said.
important.
We should have shouted out
Well
Orlando
said.
in that list of Florida
Right.
cities as well. That are very welcoming.
That's where I'm from. And
Yeah, exactly.
very
Hey.
welcoming and affirming.
Hey, Orlando.
Absolutely, yeah.
Is
I'm like
every-
maybe too welcoming for all those
Yeah.
people.
I was just going to say, is everybody ready for a trip to Disney?
Yes,
Let's
yes.
More of a university.
Gay Days is coming up, y'all. Girls in
Okay.
Wonderland.
All right.